everyone, welcome back. For today's mani, we're going to be dipping into dip powders from Bling Galleria to create a really simple Memorial or 4th of July mani. We're going to start out by using white pearl, which is a must-have. It is a beautiful white shimmery pearl dip powder. This one glows in the dark. And then because of the Brave, it's a beautiful foil dip powder, cram-packed full of red, blue, and silver foils. It is perfect for 4th of July and the moment we've been waiting for. Some big news, Bling Galleria now has HEMA-free top coat and base coat, so I'm so excited. We are going to start off by using the base coat today, and here is the bottle. I love the packaging, I love the font, and then it also has a color indicator on the top if it were to be a color down the road. We have that option with this cap, but this is a clear powder, and we're going to start off by using this beautiful white pearl, which is, in my opinion, a must-have. It's a beautiful white with the most elegant, subtle shimmer, and it's super finely milled, and you're going to see how this powder performs. And we are doing the gel method today, so you can see here we're starting out with that base, and that brush is amazing. It really applied the gel evenly. So watch this with the first dip. It is full coverage, and you can see here that it is that beautiful white. And with that gel method, when you are dipping into that cupcake liner, you want to make sure you're just dipping into that liner with a light hand, because you do not want to disturb any of that gel polish that we just put on that nail, because it is not cured and it is going to move around. Now you can see here I am starting with that gel polish in the middle of the nail, and then I'm working its way up to the free edge cuticle area and then all the way down to the nail. That will help prevent any flooding of that gel product from going underneath the nail when you kind of start that product in the middle and then work its way around the nail. So I will say that this gel base applies really nicely. It is definitely a thinner consistency, which is perfect when you want to do the gel method with dip powders, because you're going to get a really smooth, even application, which is amazing. Okay, so here's the first dip with that pearl white, and I'm obsessed with it, and it is so white and pigmented. I'm only gonna do one dip of white because I love how it was full coverage, and since we are doing it on jelly tips, we already built up that structure, so I'm not worried about building up structure or anything like that. Now, if you were using white pearl on your natural nails, you would want to do another coat to build up that strength. But that's how pigmented white pearl was, that you could get full coverage, which I love that about Bling Galleria. The dip powders are cram-packed full of pigments, and they're super easy to use. So now we're diving into this beautiful foil here, and you can see we dipped it into that cupcake liner, and then I'm just gently patting down those foils and using the Bling Galleria precision tool, and then cleaning up any of those foils that may be hanging over the side, because the foils are a little bit longer, and I like that the precision tool helps just move those away without disturbing any of those foils that are on top of the nail. And I'm just gently pressing down there, and we're going to go ahead and cure that for 30 seconds. After I cure it, I'm going to take a stiff nail brush and remove any of those foils that did not stick to the nail. And look, isn't it pretty? I gave it more of a sparse effect, which that's what I want for my first layer. And then we're going to build up that foilness with a second dip, and that's really what's going to build up this nail with the foils. Now, the best part of foils is that you could do as many as you want or as many as you don't want. And then to wipe up the brush, you can see I was wiping it on that paper towel there, and then I just took a sheet of paper towel and then wiped up the brush. Basically, when you are doing the gel method with obviously gel liquids, you want to make sure that you are treating them almost the same way as you would with your dip base. I always wipe off on paper towel before I go ahead and stick that brush back into the bottle, just in case I get any of that acrylic on that gel brush. I want to make sure that I'm wiping that off so I am not contaminating my bottle. So I treat my dip liquids the same way when I'm doing a mani. When I'm using my gel liquids, I keep it all the same just to prevent contamination. And then after I cured it for 30 seconds, I took that stiff nail brush again and wiped off those extra foils, and I felt like this coverage was amazing. I did not need to add any more foils to this mani. So right now I'm going to go ahead and clean up that free edge and the sidewalls and the cuticle area with this file, and that is all the filing I needed to do with this mani. Now on the white pearl, I'm just cleaning up the tip of the nail, and that is it. I did not need to do any buffing or anything like that because these powders and this gel combination laid so flat to the nail, and it was the best smooth, even application I have ever used with the gel method, and I'm completely blown away. Now, there's a couple factors in why that was. These dip powders are super, super finely milled. And I'm also not working with any chunky glitters. Now, if I was working with chunky glitters, I would definitely need to file and buff, but that was not the case. So since I liked how this mani turned out with the very minimal filing and buffing, I'm basically done with this mani. I'm just going to now seal this up with a layer of base, and I'm going to cure that for 30 seconds. And then we're just going to go in with our top coat, and that is as easy as this mani was. Also, another key factor for reducing your filing and buffing is on application. Just make sure you're doing very, very thin layers of gel. This gel polish right here, the base, is going to be really great for a smooth, even application because the consistency is on the thinner side. Also, I want to say that this dip base does not have a scent to it. I've used a lot of chemo-free gel products, and they all have this very weird scent to it, which is not the end of the world or anything like that, but it is noticeable. But with these gels, I did not experience any like strong scents or anything like that, which I'm completely in love with it. And that's another reason why I'm completely obsessed with these gels. So now to finish up this mani, we're going to go in with the top coat. And it is that same formula. It is amazing. It is a thinner consistency as well. And it is gliding onto that nail so well. And again, it does not have a strong scent to it. Also, can we have a moment for this foil dip? There is no bleeding. And we used red and blue foils, and these foils are not bleeding with this gel method, and these gels are awesome. So if you love foils but you struggle with any bleeding, even when you're using your dip liquids or anything like that, I would recommend checking out Bling Galleria dips because her foils are amazing, and I rarely have bleeding with these foils. And how pretty is this mani? I really think it's just a simple classic. You have your white mani, but then you have a pop of 4th of July bling on the nail with those gorgeous foils. I just think this mani turned out so good, and I really like the simplicity of it. And this white pearl is everything. It is just a full coverage white, and this one glows in the dark. And as far as these gels go, you're going to see them a lot on my channel because I completely love how these gels performed, from the consistency, and this packaging is amazing. I just love the black bottles and the label on here. I really like the package design. I'm a sucker for packaging, and I really like the brush. If you know, I talk about the clear white brush all the time on my channel, and that is my preference, and I just really all love how this mani turned out. So I will go ahead and link everything that we used in today's mani in that description box below, and I will see you in the next upload.